Wolf in Beautiful Forest. Once upon a time, there was a forest that was beautiful, clean, cheerful, and full of flowers. In this forest, magpies don't steal, badgers don't lie, skunks don't smell, mosquitoes don't bite, crows sing sweetly, brambles don't have thorns, but most importantly, wolves don't eat anyone. Yes, the wolf in the beautiful forest is a good wolf. He helped the little pigs build their homes. He looked after the goat kids while their mother was shopping. He accompanies Red Riding Hood to her grandmother's, just in case she encounters some evil creatures in the beautiful forest, which can be because all the creatures there are nice. He also helps the little lamb to fall asleep by counting the sheep with him. In short, this wolf is really good. Besides, in the beautiful forest, no one had ever seen a wolf howling or even showing its fangs. He had only once been irritated when one of the goats pulled his nose hair. He furrowed his brows, put his forelegs on his waist, and said in a loud voice, "Listen, kid, what you are doing is not good." The kid immediately apologized, and the matter was resolved without a fuss. The wolf didn't even want the bad boy to be punished. Sometimes, the other animals would say to him, "Hey wolf, make us scared. Let out a real wolf scream that sends chills down the spine for miles and miles." So the wolf took a deep breath, rolled his eyes, raised his fur, and shouted, "Hello!" A small scream escaped from his mouth. No one felt scared. Instead, it made all the animals laugh. "Obviously," said the wolf, "I'm not a big bad wolf." In short, the wolf in the beautiful forest was a special wolf. He is the wolf selling crabs. He makes the most delicious crabs in the place. He built a small cottage in the beautiful forest with the help of his friends, 3 little pigs. The log cabin is where all the animals in the forest come looking for crabs to take home. You sugar, chocolate, or acacia honey? They are available for all tastes. What really stands out, however, is the fresh blackberry crabs, which is mouth-watering for animals large and small alike. But one day, bad news reached the inhabitant of the beautiful forest. A black, large, ferocious, and shaggy beast descended from the mountain. He was as tall as 3 oak trees, and as big as 10 cows, and as terrible as 20 wolves. I'm hungry, he shouted in a terrible voice. His voice reverberated endlessly, making the animals and plants tremble for miles around. He had devoured all the fruit in 2 orchards, eaten all the berries in 3 forests, and used up all the meat reserve in 4 villages. Even so, he was not satisfied. All the animals ran away, afraid to be eaten. All the animals ran to where the wolf was. "Only you can do something. Save us, wolf." "But you know that I don't scare anyone." "You better pretend. Turn scary." "But every time I try, you guys just laugh at me." Well, try one more time. Maybe you will succeed." The wolf is willing to try. He is indeed a good wolf. He wants to please his friends. When it got dark, he lay silent in the open field and howled all night. But his howl was so beautiful that he lulls the little lambs to sleep. No, obviously, the wolf of the beautiful forest wasn't scary. The next day, they heard the sound of the ground shaking. The creature is coming. All the animals ran and hid. The little pigs came into their house. The rabbits went into their burrows. The birds flew into the trees. Little Red Riding Hood hid under her grandmother's bed. Meanwhile, the wolf huddled in his crab hut. Shortly after, the creature arrived there. He was really big, fat, and terrible. From his belt hung a large piece of beef. He let out a terrible howl and shouted, "I'm hungry!" He stopped in front of the crab hut. "Smell great in here," he said in a terrible voice. "Thank you," replied the wolf kindly and politely. "It smells of fresh meat, rabbits, pigs, kid goats, even Red Riding Hood." "Ah, no, you are mistaken. It smells of crab. Here." "Crabs? What is that thing? I only know the smell of meat." "What?" cried the wolf. "You have never had a crab in your life? But it's impossible. You have to taste it soon. Come in here." The creature complied and sat down by the picnic table. The wolf, who was trembling a bit, prepared the first crab. "Crabs with sugar!" he exclaimed. The creature finished it in one gulp. "Pretty good, but a bit bland." "Bland? Then try this one." The wolf then served chocolate scraps. "Better, but it's not quite delicious yet." "Not delicious enough yet? Alright, I know what you need. Tell me what you think later." The wolf then served a special crab with fresh blackberries. The creature sniffed, chewed, swallowed, took another, ate it, and asked for another. "I want to make one more crab," said the wolf, "but on one condition. Don't disturb the inhabitant of the beautiful forest." "Agreed," said the creature. "From now on, I will only eat your crabs." And so, the good-natured wolf saved all the inhabitants of the beautiful forest, without fangs or anger. But thanks to his crabs, of course,